Just breathe. Not sure how? Read on. Not so ironically, as I sat down to write this blog, I paused, closed my eyes, and took a full, steady breath. I promise I didn't do it for dramatic effect or to make a point. Using my breath to create a steady, safe, and open environment for myself is now simply a natural way of living in the world. Sure, we all breathe. We must within 4 to 6 minutes, or we would cease to exist in this bodily form. But my question to you is, are you using your breath's full potential? Let me clarify. The breath provides us oxygen, which nourishes all the cells in our body, draws out toxins, and then transmutes into CO2, which is then expelled from the body. The breathing process actually eliminates 70% of our toxins, and 90% of the nutrition needed by the body comes from the oxygen we breathe. All that to say, breath is very important from a biological perspective. But are you using its full potential? More on that soon. Breath is also important from a psychological perspective. It acts as a bridge between the body, mind, and emotions. There is a specific breathing pattern for every physical, mental, emotional, or contemplative state. Here's where we can begin to tap into the breath's full potential. You can change your physical, your mental, and even your emotional state by simply changing how you are breathing. That's why I automatically took a deep breath before I began writing this. I wanted to change my state from habitual to being tapped in, intuitive, and creative. Just consider this for a moment. Next time you feel angry, sad, stuck, or afraid, all you need to do is change how you're breathing, and you can return to a calm center. You can observe how breath, thought, and emotion are connected by noticing how you are breathing during different emotional states. The breathing pattern linked to feeling calm is slow and steady. The great thing is the breath is free and portable. You bring it with you everywhere you go. I recognize that not all of us know how to breathe naturally. I had a client who would stop breathing every time I invited her to breathe, probably because of deep trauma in her childhood. I had to be very creative in how I worked with her to restore her breath. Even after 20 years of observing my breathing patterns, I still notice my breath becoming irregular or disturbed at times, even when I'm at rest. You see, most of us are born breathing properly. When an infant inhales, they breathe to the bottom of their lungs and fill the lungs to the top, and then exhale from the top to the bottom. Just watch a baby breathe if you have the chance. It's so natural and beautiful. However, the moment that baby faces a circumstance that feels unsafe or unstable, it changes its breathing pattern by holding the breath or restricting the flow of the breath. Let's say you cried as an infant because you were hungry, but your caretaker changed your diaper instead of feeding you. Breath restriction begins under stress, and then the body habitually returns to that distorted breathing pattern with each additional stressor until eventually we are breathing incorrectly even when we are not stressed. I know that's wild, but it's true. We are being affected by the very way we are breathing every day. Here's an interesting story. I was seeing a client for a consultation, and quickly into the session I asked her, "Are you anxious most of the time for no reason?" I could see her eyes go wide as saucers, and a light of being seen and understood shine over her head as she answered, "Yes. How did you know?" I told her I could tell by the way she was breathing. She was amazed and grateful when I told her that with practice, she could change her breathing pattern and thus release the anxiety from her body and go back to being her happy, free self. By the time she finished my cleanse program, she was already breathing more easily and naturally. Change your breath, change your experience in life. There are specific breathing techniques that can decrease depression and anxiety by up to 70%. Breathing also has the added benefits of boosting the immune system, increasing your energy level and enhancing the libido, improving digestion, lowering stress, increasing mental clarity and creativity, providing inner calm and peace. Your breath is your actual life force. When you learn to use it properly, you nurture your body, mind, emotions, and soul so that your life can flow in the way that you want it to. So take a moment. Yes, right now. Sit comfortably and tall in your body. Now just begin to observe for several breaths how you are breathing without judgment or expectation. Once you get a feel for how you are breathing, slowly begin to increase the depth of each inhalation and the length of each exhalation. Do not struggle or strain to accomplish this. Just do so to your body's capacity. After taking 3 to 7 breaths, simply notice how you feel. The more you practice breathing, the easier it will become to breathe properly and receive the amazing balancing effects of your own precious breath. Are you ready to learn more about the breath and different breathing techniques you can use to restore symmetry, balance, and peace? Well, then contact me to schedule a consultation. Our session will include a 1-hour online personalized breath consultation and an informative video about the breath, breathing distortions, and how to learn to breathe easy. My gift to you for being a valued listener is savings of 20%. Simply use code 20% off at checkout. Just breathe and watch your life expand. In loving service, Heather Indu Arena.